There was a saying in the 20th century that it was bigger is better. Now in the 21st century, it's smaller is better. Now, I have a lot of agreements and disagreements with that saying that smaller is better in the 21st century. Depends on what you're talking about that is small. Now, if you're wondering what this video is all about, stay tuned. This is pushing technology to the limit, and this video was inspired by one of my friends. Jim, if he's watching, down in Oregon, he was the one that has sent me a lot of old computer systems. Now I'm going to be talking about a bunch of different things that, when I'm talking about bigger is better or smaller is better. So, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you are and you're watching this video, thank you for watching my YouTube videos. And so, behind me here, you can see the screen of a laptop. And this was one of his computers he's given me to use. Now, every single computer that has been given to me by my friend Jim was dead when I got it. Now, when I'm talking about older is slower but lasts longer, let me explain why. Now, back in the olden days, when things were bigger, they were better. Why? For one reason, they had bigger parts inside. So they were able to get things, they were able to last a lot longer. And the heat dispersion was better. Now, on these new laptops that I have been fixing for people, I've had a lot of laptops coming through my doors lately. And I'll tell you what, you might as well just throw them out. Because they're junk. Because they're so thin, you can't hardly do anything with them. I mean, yes, you can buy a hard drive, you can buy RAM for it, but actually, the laptops are the hardest things to fix. Especially the new ones. Now, the older ones, they were easier to fix because they are bigger inside. Yes, they were heavier to carry around, but they sure heck of a lot ran a lot better and longer. And it also depends on price. These days, you can still get a halfway decent laptop, but you gotta spend an awful lot of money to get that laptop so it will work good. And I've spent an awful lot of money on laptops when they were brand new. I didn't buy the cheapest one on market. Now, if you don't care, that's fine. But for me, I want something to last. So let me show you some of this older equipment that I've got running. Now here's this HP laptop. I've had it for years. And it's been running good. Now, if you're wondering why the screen is lit, then there's nothing on it because there's no windows. Originally, this came with XP Professional. And I'll tell you what, this puppy was major slow. I mean, I could not believe how slow this thing is. But I reconditioned it to do something else. Now, why am I going through all these videos about old stuff? Because you can reuse old equipment for different things. And it's not because I can't afford new, it's because I like the older systems. Even though they're slow. And this one is slow and it's been working good for a long time. Now let me show you what I have on this system. So this is what's come up when I hit a key. It's a zero shell router. Now someday I will make another video on why I use zero shell. It's an awesome router. It doesn't take a very powerful computer to run it. And this runs a lot of different services on my network. And there's some other routers that I have, and you're going to be wondering why I've got routers all over. But all the routers I've got do a lot of different things. And this is a free router, and there's some things that it will not do for free. Now, I'm happy with free. I just use other equipment to make it work. That's why I got so much stuff. So, I don't remember what the megahertz or the gigahertz are on this thing, but it's quite slow. And but as you can see here, there's a sticker here. It shows you that it had Windows XP on it. And the processor is a Pentium M. Well, it's pretty good for a router. And there's about 512 megabits of RAM in this thing. So when I first got it, it had a gig, and the one RAM module I had was shot. Now over here on this table, I have two towers. Now these both had Windows XP Professional on them. They now have Linux. And they also run network services. They're routers. And they do a really good job. And you can watch some of my other videos about keeps a licking and keeps on ticking. How I fix some of these older computers to make them work. Now let me show you the other laptop that I've got. Now this laptop is another laptop that I've got running from my friend Jim. And I put Windows XP back on it because I'm using it as an XP NAS, which means Network Attached Storage. Works pretty good. It's dog slow, but it works great. And I've had it running for a long time. And it runs 24 hours a day. All these things run 24 hours a day. And this thing just keeps running. And it's great. Now, as you can see down here are all of my hard drives that I've got stuff running on. And I also use this computer for a music server. If any of you are into the digital media like MP3s, and you've got cell phones or whatever device that you have, like radios. Like I have a bunch of internet radios, and the thing doesn't shut off. It just goes into the screen goes off for screensaver because I didn't need that screen on all the time. But to get back to what I was saying about the media radios, if you got those media radios, you can just put a server on any computer, whether you've got Windows 7, 8, 10, even Vista. You can just access your media and play it like if it was a CD. It's the sweetest thing that I've ever had. Now, there's not much of a benefit to a small computer. It always gets hotter in a small machine than it does in a big machine. There's better airflow in a big computer. Now, I'm mainly talking about laptops here today, not really desktops. But I've seen a lot of laptops, like I've said, that are new, and they're basically worthless to fix. Just one the other time I fixed, and the thing was overheating, and I did get it to work, but I told my customer, I said, hey, this thing may not last. I don't know how much money you want to put into this computer. It's not that I can't fix it, it's just how long is this thing going to last. Might be more worth it to go out and buy another computer. Now, I'm not always saying that to everybody, but this was a really rare case of this thing overheating. And I've had people comment on that to me, that laptops do have a tendency to get overheated, and then they just stop working, and then once they're cool, you can come back on. I've had one do that. It still works, but it has a heat problem. And it's a newer computer. And I'll tell you what, I've had more of these old machines last so much longer than this new stuff does. So when I think back to the saying that smaller is better, not always. Now there are improvements to small things, like TVs for an example. We get more space. And for our computer monitors, we get more space on our desk. That's nice. That small is a positive small. But a laptop small is not a very positive small piece of equipment. And I might derail here and talk about the other things that I have that are big, and this might not this does not have to do anything with computer equipment, but it also is audio equipment I have. Now, I'm not going to go out into the cold right now and show you this stuff, but I have a stereo system out in the garage in my workshop, and it has huge speakers. Well, you know what? Those huge wooden speakers kick the doors off any of these plastic speakers that I have. I have to have a subwoofer on my stereo in the house just to get bass, while these big speakers out in my workshop can knock the doors off these plastic speakers. So these big speakers, and they're wooden, are better than these plastic junkers. Like I said, I still like the plastic ones because they're small. They fit underneath your TV better. I don't have mine mounted except for down here. I have mounted speakers down here, not for home theater, just for a stereo system. But there again, these speakers do not have any bass. If I wanted to have bass, I have to get a subwoofer. But I'm not going to go there because I'm not down here that often, just when I need to work. And I turn it on for a little bit while I'm working, then I leave. So I hope you learned something from this short video and continue to stay tuned for more videos. I've got another one coming, and I'll see you later, and have a great day.